Summary of First Lie Wins, a novel written by Ashley Elston. Chapter 1. In the quiet cadence of everyday life, the dance between Evie and Ryan unfolds, their steps synchronized in shared spaces and routines that signal the steady progression of their relationship. From the simple act of an extra toothbrush in a glass holder to the strategic placement of phone chargers on both sides of the bed, their lives begin to intertwine, threading a delicate tapestry of intimacy. The narrative pivots to a significant juncture, a dinner party in a small Louisiana town, where Ryan's lifelong friends converge. Here, the subtleties of Evie's integration into his world become more pronounced, like a series of brushstrokes on a canvas of shared experiences. She meticulously arranges throw pillows on the couch and introduces a faint whiff of jasmine from a diffuser on the bookshelf, imbuing Ryan's home with the essence of her presence. The gathering around the candlelit table marks a crucial chapter in their story. Though meeting Ryan's friends for the first time, Evie senses the unspoken acknowledgement that she is already deeply embedded in his life. The women at the table, perceptive and well-versed in the language of social cues, observe the matching throw pillows and catch the subtle aroma of jasmine. Every gesture, every choice, becomes a statement in a silent dialogue. Beth's voice cuts through the ambience, addressing Evie with a question that lingers in the air. "Evie, that's an unusual name." The inquiry, more a declaration than curiosity, prompts Evie to consider how much of her story she is willing to unveil. As the women exchange glances, a silent understanding forms, a collective decision to weigh and catalog every response for later discussions. With a gentle confidence, Evie replies, "It's short for Evelyn. I was named after my grandmother." The room seems to exhale, the tension momentarily diffused. Yet, beneath the surface, the women's glances communicate volumes, their collective curiosity a tangible presence. The conversation drifts, navigating the treacherous waters of social niceties. Razors, mouthwash, and birth control pills vie for space in the medicine cabinet, a metaphorical battlefield reflecting the complexities of merging two lives. The questions shift from casual inquiries about Evie's background to more calculated ones about dinner plans and shared responsibilities. As anticipated, the inevitable question surfaces: how did Evie and Ryan meet? Sarah, one of the inquisitive women at the table, directs the attention back to Evie. The protagonist, aware of the probing gazes, senses Ryan's readiness to intervene. However, she resolutely shakes him off, determined to navigate this part of the narrative on her terms. With a measured smile, Evie responds, "He helped change my flat tire." The simplicity of the answer conceals a wealth of details. She refrains from disclosing that it happened at the truck stop on the outskirts of town, where she worked in a small restaurant bar. There's an unspoken acknowledgement that these details, mundane as they may be, could become fodder for judgment in this tight-knit circle. The narrative unveils the stark differences between Evie and Ryan's backgrounds. The friends around the table share a history dating back to kindergarten, their trajectories intertwining through high school and college. Theirs is a narrative of familiarity, a well-rehearsed script with expected beats. In contrast, Evie's life is a tapestry woven in a small town in Alabama, a world away from the comfortable predictability of her partner's past. The protagonist's insecurities bubble to the surface as she enviously observes the ease with which Ryan's friends navigate social situations. They possess a gracefulness born of shared history, an acceptance that transcends the judgments of the past. Evie's fear lies in the potential judgment she might face once her disparate background is laid bare before them. The spotlight briefly shifts away as Ryan skillfully changes the subject, redirecting the conversation towards familiar territory, the well-being of Allison's grandmother. It's a momentary reprieve for Evie, a chance to catch her breath before the spotlight returns. The passage skillfully delves into the intricacies of social dynamics, portraying the unspoken judgments and biases that linger beneath the surface. Evie's narrative, shaped by her experiences and fears, highlights the delicate balance between authenticity and societal expectations. As the dinner unfolds, the protagonist grapples with the desire for acceptance within a circle that seems both alien and alluring. The narrative weaves through the uncharted territory of a relationship marked by differences, not just between two individuals, but also between the worlds they inhabit. Evie's self-awareness becomes a lens through which the reader navigates the complex terrain of societal expectations, highlighting the universal struggle to bridge gaps and find acceptance. As the dinner progresses, Evie's resilience shines through. She navigates the probing questions and subtle judgments with a poise that belies her internal turmoil. The passage captures the essence of the human experience, the quest for connection, the fear of judgment, and the hope for acceptance. The dinner concludes, and the aftermath becomes a moment of reflection for Evie. Ryan, seemingly content, shares that Sarah wants Evie's number for a lunch invitation. The speed at which the second wave of curiosity approaches takes Evie by surprise, a reminder that her assimilation into this tight-knit circle is an ongoing process. Ryan, sensing her apprehension, reassures her that he has shared the contact details. The passage concludes with a poignant moment between Evie and Ryan, a private exchange that underscores the depth of their connection. Standing in the kitchen, surrounded by the remnants of the evening, they find solace in each other's presence. Ryan, in a moment of vulnerability, reveals that they loved her, a sentiment that Evie, despite her skepticism, longs to believe. Yet, beneath the surface, Evie recognizes the nuances of acceptance. The dinner might have satisfied the initial wave of curiosity, but the search bar on every social media site will soon come alive with inquiries about her past. The passage leaves an open-ended question about the nature of acceptance, fleeting validation, or the foundation for genuine connection. As they engage in the intimate ritual of washing dishes together, a symbolic act of shared responsibilities, Evie contemplates the intricacies of her relationship with Ryan. The challenges of navigating his world become more apparent, and the passage sets the stage for the next chapter, a lunch invitation that promises more direct questions and a deeper exploration of Evie's narrative. The narrative shifts once again, this time to a tender moment between the protagonists. Their intimacy becomes a sanctuary, a place where the complexities of social dynamics fade away, leaving only the raw authenticity of their connection. Ryan's whispered revelation about Sarah's lunch invitation marks the beginning of a new phase, one where Evie must face the scrutiny of Ryan's friends without the shield of his presence. The passage masterfully captures the ebb and flow of emotions, offering a rich tapestry of human experiences. Evie's journey, fraught with insecurities and a longing for acceptance, becomes a lens through which the reader explores the complexities of relationships in the face of societal expectations. The narrative leaves room for introspection, inviting readers to contemplate the universal themes of identity, acceptance, and the intricate dance between two individuals navigating the uncharted terrain of love. Chapter 2. In the wake of Ryan's impromptu suggestion for the narrator to move in with him, the subsequent days unfold in a delicate dance of emotions and calculated preparations. Ryan, fueled by impatience and excitement, leaps into action, attempting to expedite the moving process. The narrator, however, proves to be the voice of reason, persuading him to exercise caution and wait a week before making the momentous decision. The morning after Ryan's proposal, the narrator is greeted with a flurry of activity. She wakes to find Ryan on the phone with a moving company, hastily scheduling their services for the very day, taking advantage of a last-minute cancellation. Despite the whirlwind, the narrator urges restraint, emphasizing the need to ensure that this decision isn't merely a byproduct of an extravagant dinner party, but a genuine desire. As they navigate the delicate dynamics of this new chapter in their relationship, a nuanced tension lingers between the couple. Ryan, standing before the bathroom mirror, knotting a tie with a hint of impatience, poses a question that belies an underlying insecurity. If you didn't really want to move in with me, you'd tell me, right? His pouting demeanor reveals vulnerability, a facet of his personality that the narrator has encountered before when he doesn't get his way. In a gesture of intimacy, the narrator hops onto the bathroom counter, positioning herself directly in front of Ryan. Studying his face, she appreciates his classic attractiveness, thick, curling dark hair, striking blue eyes, and a jaw that will inevitably be shadowed by evening, causing delightful shivers. The tactile act of finishing tying his tie becomes a moment of connection, an attempt to dispel the impatience and insecurity that looms. Ryan's uncertainty persists as he gazes at the mirror, straightening a tie that is already perfectly aligned. He hesitates, hands fumbling, before finally confessing his concerns. The narrator reassures him, questioning the origin of his doubt. The exchange reveals a deeper level of communication, emphasizing the importance of transparent dialogue in their evolving relationship. As the conversation unfolds, it becomes evident that Ryan's impatience stems not only from a desire to share living space, but also from a fear of the narrator changing her mind. The narrator, while assuring him of her commitment, senses the need for additional affirmation. Their interaction is a delicate interplay of reassurance and vulnerability, highlighting the intricacies of navigating significant life decisions. Despite the emotional undercurrents, practical matters demand attention. The narrator, taking charge of the impending move, outlines her plan for the day, dedicating it to packing, scheduling Goodwill pickups, and orchestrating a seamless transition. The meticulously planned logistics provide a glimpse into the narrator's organized approach to life changes. A touch of humor surfaces as Ryan contemplates calling in sick to assist with the move. The playful banter between them injects a lightheartedness into the conversation. The narrator, recognizing the demands of Ryan's work, encourages him to reserve his sick day for a more leisurely occasion. Their exchange reveals not only a practical understanding of each other's responsibilities, but also a shared sense of humor that contributes to the depth of their connection. Once Ryan departs for work, the narrative shifts to the execution of the narrator's plan. The setting transitions to Lake Forbing, a town characterized by quiet affluence and natural beauty. The narrator's choice of location for her temporary stay hints at a deeper level of consideration, a calculated decision to create an illusion of a transient, uncomplicated life. Arriving at Lakeview Apartments, the narrator encounters an empty spot designated for apartment 203, adjacent to an idling Goodwill truck. The introduction of Pat, the Goodwill driver, adds a practical dimension to the narrative. The narrator, seizing an opportunity, enlists Pat's help beyond the usual scope of Goodwill services, offering a monetary incentive. The exchange reflects the narrator's resourcefulness and willingness to navigate situations outside the norm. As Pat and his helper assist with unloading, the narrative skillfully incorporates elements of suspense. The mention of extra boxes and the narrator's discreet retrieval of a small black bag hint at a hidden agenda. The unraveling plot introduces an element of mystery, keeping the reader engaged and eager to uncover the narrator's true motives. The arrival of Shauna, the apartment complex office worker, adds a layer of tension. Her unexpected visit raises questions about the narrator's covert activities. Shauna, embodying a stereotype with heavy makeup and tight clothing, represents a potential threat, a figure constantly on the lookout for any situation to exploit. The narrator, adept at handling unexpected challenges, engages in a brief but impactful exchange with Shauna. The tension between them reveals the complexity of the narrator's situation and hints at a need for secrecy. The confrontation leaves Shauna flustered and retreating, underscoring the narrator's ability to maintain control in the face of scrutiny. As the narrative approaches its conclusion, the focus shifts to the impending arrival of Ryan. The urgency to complete preparations before his return adds a sense of anticipation. The narrator's reflections on the remaining tasks create a subtle foreshadowing, leaving the reader intrigued about the undisclosed aspects of her plan. Chapter 3. Evie's transition into Ryan's grand ancestral home unfolded against the backdrop of a picturesque neighborhood, shaded by large oak trees and populated by retired, watchful neighbors, notably Ben and Maggie Rogers. The couple, with their keen interest in the affairs of the street, observed every detail of Evie's move, signaling the vibrant dynamics of the close-knit community. As Ryan surprised Evie by canceling the moving service, their banter with the Rogerses revealed subtle hints about the unconventional nature of their relationship. The elderly couple, seemingly guardians of the neighborhood, contributed to the unfolding drama, adding an air of speculation and curiosity. Despite the idyllic setting, Evie's reluctance to disclose details about her previous apartment and possessions hinted at a layer of secrecy and complexity in her past. The couple's banter with the Rogerses became a stage for the underlying tensions and dynamics at play. Ryan's protective nature surfaced as he assisted Evie in the move, creating an unspoken contrast between their backgrounds. The Rogerses, with their ever-watchful eyes, became conduits for neighborhood gossip, amplifying the atmosphere of scrutiny and speculation. The narrative took an unexpected turn as Ryan delved into Evie's belongings, claiming a desire to know everything about her. This action introduced an element of suspense, leaving readers questioning the motives behind Ryan's thorough investigation. Evie, caught off guard, grappled with the weight of his words and the hidden layers of her past. The scene added complexity to the evolving narrative, inviting readers to unravel the mysteries concealed within the characters' lives. As the couple explored Evie's old apartment, Ryan's protective instincts intensified. The worn-down soap and half-empty bottles in the bathroom became artifacts of Evie's past, prompting a subtle dance between disclosure and concealment. Evie's decision to part with her furniture and possessions hinted at a desire for a fresh start, free from the burdens of her past. The story artfully intertwined elements of mystery, romance, and community dynamics. Evie's journey into a new phase of life became a canvas for exploring the complexities of relationships and the intricacies of personal histories. The Rogerses, serving as neighborhood custodians, added a layer of communal scrutiny, mirroring the challenges of fitting into an established community. The grandeur of Ryan's ancestral home, juxtaposed with Evie's modest past, symbolized the merging of two distinct worlds. The story hinted at a delicate balance between revealing and concealing, with the characters navigating the challenges of opening up to one another. The atmosphere of the close-knit neighborhood heightened the stakes, as every action and interaction became subject to the watchful eyes of the community. As the narrative unfolded, the stage was set for potential conflicts and revelations. The mystery surrounding Evie's past and the motives behind Ryan's actions left readers eagerly anticipating the next chapter. The interplay of love, secrets, and community dynamics promised a rich and engaging exploration of the complexities inherent in relationships.